INTJs are an innovative but misunderstood bunch of people. Although they are commonly lauded as brilliant analysts and great problem solvers, they're also frequently described as being arrogant, uncompromising, and even cold at times. These intelligent creatures are very rare, forming only 2% of the population as men, and are even less common as women. This rarity contributes to the villain stereotype, but the truth is that the INTJs are generally very sensitive, loyal, and open-minded in nature. There are a lot of things that these introverted personality types absolutely hate. If they encounter any of these things, they're inclined to stay at home and read up on military strategy instead. Hey guys, welcome to another exciting video from BrainWatched. In today's video, we're bringing you 10 things that INTJs hate. But before we begin, make sure you subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to never miss a video from us. Now, without further ado, let's begin with the video. INTJ is one of the 16 personality types graded by KATHARINE BRIGGS and ISABEL Myers, graders of the Myers-Briggs Type Indicator or MBTI. Each of the 4 letters of the INTJ code signifies a different key personality trait of this type. INTJs are energized by their time alone or introverted, focus on ideas and concepts rather than on facts and details, or intuitive, make decisions based on logic and reason or thinking, and prefer to be planned and organized rather than being spontaneous and flexible or judging. They're sometimes referred to as mastermind personalities because of their strategic, logical way of thinking. INTJs are perceptive about systems and strategy and often understand the world as a chessboard to be navigated. They want to understand how the systems work and how events proceed. The INTJ often has a unique ability to foresee logical outcomes. They enjoy applying themselves to a project or idea in depth and putting in some concentrated effort to achieve their goals. They have a hunger for knowledge and strive to constantly increase their competence. They're often perfectionists with extremely high standards of performance for themselves and others. They tend to have a keen interest in self-improvement and are lifelong learners, always looking to add to their base of information and to awareness. INTJs are generally reserved and serious and seem to spend a lot of time thinking. They are curious about the world around them and often want to know the principle behind what they see. They thoroughly examine the information they receive, and if asked a question, they'll typically consider it at length before presenting a careful, complex answer. INTJs think critically and clearly and often have an idea about how to do something much more efficiently. They can be blunt in their presentation and often communicate in terms of the larger strategy, leaving out the small details. Although the INTJs aren't always very warm or particularly gregarious, they tend to have a self-assured manner with people based on their own security and their intelligence. They relate their ideas with confidence, and once they have arrived at a conclusion, they fully expect others to see the wisdom in their way. They're typically perfectionists and appreciate an environment full of intellectual challenges. Famous INTJs include Hillary Clinton, Al Gore, Jane Austen, Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Bill Gates, Dwight Eisenhower, Ellen Greenspan, Ulysses S. Grant, Stephen Hawking, John Maynard Keynes, Ayn Rand, Isaac Asimov, Lewis Carroll, Cormac McCarthy, and Sir Isaac Newton too. Let's have a look at some of the things they hate. Number 10. Incompetent power holders. Few things will make an INTJ angrier than a boss or authoritative figure that seems undeserving of their position. If they see a person in charge that doesn't appear to think through their actions, avoids making decisions, or only seems to have gotten where they are through blatant self-promotion, it'll be very difficult for an INTJ to keep their mouth shut in front of him. Above all else, these thinkers value brilliance, self-confidence, and the ability to make firm and effective decisions. Number 9. Constant social interaction. INTJs, like all other introverts, need lots of time to themselves. No matter how much they love hanging out with a particular person, if they find themselves unable to escape from said person to read a book or work on a particular project, they'll become exhausted and get more and more difficult to be around. To be clear, we're talking about continuous social interaction with a good friend. Partly owing to their extroverted thinking function, many INTJs absolutely love to talk, but only about the subjects that they've explored and thought about very deeply. Small talks are probably not going to happen. If small talks absolutely need to happen, INTJs will probably disappear as soon as they can. Number 8. Dishonesty. People who routinely lie definitely bother an INTJ, but because this type is incredibly intuitive in nature, and what bothers them more is the person who is dishonest with themselves. It's true that INTJs can be absolutely wrong about who a person really is, but they usually learn from their experiences to trust their intuitive hunches. Right or wrong, if an INTJ thinks you're in a bad career, relationship, or life trajectory, they'll probably tell it to you, and that too very bluntly. Number 7. Tears and feelings. It's not that INTJs don't care about others' feelings. If you're in their life, they definitely care about what you're going through. Feelings just make them a bit nervous, and the more they try to take emotions into account, usually the worse they do at pleasing other people. INTJs do feel, but they tend to take a pragmatic approach to their emotions, trying to optimize their lives and relationships based on things that they can immediately control. They also expect the people in their lives to try to behave rationally with them. Number 6. Ignorance. Reading and education are incredibly important to INTJs, but they're not total monsters about it. If you haven't read a book that they have or don't know anything about a subject that they know a lot about, they'll understand. That said, if you throw your opinion around without reading the article or frequently talk about how useless education is, you're probably not going to make an INTJ person very happy. Number 5. When people don't use their knowledge. INTJs are people who love to learn and are insatiably curious. But surprisingly, they're not the type to learn and never do anything useful with that knowledge. These thinkers act as much as they learn, and what drives them crazy is running to someone who loves to think about ideas but never tries to put their ideas into practice. INTJs want to test out their theories in real life instead of only playing around with the ideas in their heads. Number 4. Rules and the status quo. Playing by the rules is not very important to them. Give them a list of rules and they may endlessly question you, and they might bend the rules and even break them if they see a better way. INTJs are always innovating and tweaking. If they don't have the opportunity to do that, they'll be very, very unhappy, and you'll probably get to hear about it. Number 3. Routine tasks. Routine tasks are something that doesn't go well for this personality type. INTJs are easily bored with the daily process work and are not good at paper pushing. They might say, go to the gym, but only after they've created the best, most research-backed and efficient ways of working out. Groceries, clothing, cooking, anything that's part of the daily routine will never be done the same way every day. They'll mostly delegate these tasks. Number 2. Social niceties. INTJs enjoy friendships and need people just as much as anyone else needs. However, getting people to play along with that goal is a source of endless frustration for them. Analytical approaches are pretty much useless when trying to connect with another person, and these people usually come to know this through painful experience. They may be better off displaying their brilliance and waiting for other people to come to them instead of becoming frustrated with the same game of social interaction. Number 1. Aimless activities. To hang out with an INTJ, you either need to have a plan or prepare to have one already made for you. They're not inclined to play anything by ear, and they hate uncoordinated activities. That said, their hatred for all unplanned things can result in master plans for the best day ever. Just make sure that you define what the best day ever is in advance, or otherwise, you might end up enrolled in a materials engineering course. Are you too an INTJ? Some of these points are things a lot of people will hate, and every INTJ is going to be a little different in their personality. If you can relate to most of them, however, chances are good that you are an INTJ type. But to be 100% sure, one must get a proper test done. And that's all for today's video. Do let us know in the comment section below if you enjoyed watching the video, and if you did, then do leave a like and share it with your friends. For more such videos, hit the red button below and subscribe to our channel. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to never miss out on any future updates. We hope to see you in the next one.